Alafia, I'm Philip John Neimark, and I'd like to welcome you to the final iteration for the month of April in the weekly Ifascope. I'm trying to do more teaching now about the reasons behind some of this, and hopefully all of you are getting it. At least the whole large majority of you are getting it. And I'd also like to take this opportunity to invite those of you who have not yet looked into the Wednesday night sessions, which my wife, Ia Lassa, conducts on WebEx. And these are at no cost to you. All you need is, all you need is a phone or basically your computer and hopefully a camera and microphone to get in on some of the most honest, important friend gathering things that you'll ever find about Ifa. For too long, I mean, Ifa and Santeria certainly, and has been kept a secret, not expressing to you what it really is about. And at the Ifa Foundation, it's all out in the open. You ask a question, we answer it. And particularly on the WebEx Wednesday night presentations, you can learn about specific subjects week after week. You can ask your questions, and all you have to do is send Iavasa a small email or note, and you can address it to her. You'll find that information on the IFA Foundation website under the contacts, and send it to Iavasa. Click on that and say, hey, I'd like to give the Wednesday night things a try. Could you please get back to me with the information? And I promise you she will. So, at any rate, that's all the good news. The bad news is contained in the Odu for the week. The Odu for the week is Ogunda Irosun. I mean, there's certainly nothing wrong with that Odu. It's all about using hard work and getting your things completed, and not allowing your friends or your acquaintances to pull you or away from this. And then you go over to your emotional spiritual side, where it says be very sure that you have the correct thinking, the correct conclusions. The old seamstress or tailor, mantra of measure twice, cut once. So we could say, hey, that sounds pretty good. Well, it does until you cast for the EB and Ire part of it, and there it comes up Oyaku Ogbi for EB, thereby placing the teeter-totter that we have in this position instead of here. We'll get it back to here, but the important thing is to try to find out why it deteriorated at that level. We had a real nice streak going for 2 or 3 weeks, and then boom, this happens. Well, I think it happens for the following reasons. I think it's a matter of one, there was the Easter holiday, which kind of threw us all off, and two, there just becomes a kind of a internal satisfaction, pleased with ourselves, and we tend to forget those things we have to do, those things which every single day, as Ifa said, small offerings, have large consequences. And we just say, oh, I'll get to that, or I'll do it later, or whatever, and somehow that Odu and the message that it carries got away from us. And the making matters even worse, it falls into the area of success. And when I say even worse, it's based upon what was the Odu that stated that. It was Ogi Meiji, the number one Odu out of all of the Odus that we have. So that lets you know that we have really veered off of our path. So it's time to get back on. And the way for getting back on is very simply to identify the Orisha, and then identify the offering. And that gives us at least some insight into what our troubles may be, because they appear to be emotional troubles about our clear thinking and planning, which we should have had, the measure twice, cut once. And this will help repair them, because the Orisha to be reached here is Oshun. And Oshun is the Orisha of many things, of course, of love, of joy, of curiosity, of exploration, of children, and on and on and on. But this one says, give Oshun coffee. Why coffee? Because somewhere we got a little, forgive me, but cocky. Instead of staying here, we went off and said, hey, we can, forget about it. Well, it's time to remember it. It's time to push this back down, to get it back in sync. So what you do is, if you're, lucky enough to have received Oshun, or if not, whatever you use for Oshun, you take it down, you light a white candle, you make a fresh cup of coffee with sugar, and cream if you prefer, but sugar certainly, and you offer it to Oshun, and you pray to Oshun to allow you the clarity to see that which is occurring, and to understand how you must act, and what it is likely to impede if you don't. Until next week, love and blessings.